Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into our side, Chief. We were coming back from the island of Tinian Delaney, just delivered a bomb, Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. Vessel went down, 12 minutes. We didn't see the first shark for maybe half an hour. Tiger, 13-footer. You know how you know that when you're in the water, Chief? You can tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail. Anyway, what we didn't know is our bomb mission had been so secret, no distress signal had been sent. They didn't even list us overdue for a week. Very first light, Chief, sharks come cruising, so we formed ourselves into tight groups, you know, like kind of old squares in a battle like you see on a calendar, like the Battle of Waterloo. And the idea was a shark, you come to the nearest man, he'd start pounding and hollering and screaming, and sometimes a shark, he'd go away. But sometimes he wouldn't go away. He'd look right into you, right into your eyes. You know, the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. When he comes at you, he doesn't even seem to be living until he bites you. And then those black eyes roll over white, and you hear the terrible high-pitched screaming. The ocean turns red. And in spite of all the pounding and the hollering, they all come in and rip you to pieces. You know, by the end of that first dawn, we lost 100 men. Don't know how many sharks, maybe 1,000. Don't know how many men, maybe 6 an hour. Thursday morning, Chief, bumped into a friend of mine, Herbie Robinson from Cleveland. Baseball player, bosun's mate. Thought he was asleep. Reached over to wake him up. Kind of bobbed up and down the water like a top. Upended. Well, he'd been bitten in half below the waist. Noon on the 5th day, Mr. Hooper, Lockheed Ventura, swung in low, and he saw us. A young pilot, younger than Mr. Hooper here. He swung in, saw us, and 3 hours later, a big fat PBY come down and starts picking us up. That was the time I was most frightened, waiting for my turn. I'll never put on a life jacket again. So, the 1,100 men went into the water. 316 men come out. June 29th, 1945. Anyway, we delivered the bomb.